Hi guys, welcome to Write and Wednesday. Again, this is actually my second video. The first one didn't have sound. I don't know what was wrong with it. It was like there was sound but not my voice. So I restarted my computer. My husband figured that one out, that gem of technologically enlightened how to. Anyways, so I changed places. This is my family room back there. And you can see my pathetic Christmas tree, I think. See, even like our tree topper, which is the owl, is tipped over. My garland is all messed up. There's no ornaments on the bottom half of the tree. That's my children. The night that it was set up, it was gorgeous. Well, I mean, it's like tiny. It's our artificial tree. Last year we had a real tree. And we didn't take it, we didn't dispose of it until February, the end of February. So I put my foot down. I was like, no real tree this year. Artificial only. I don't have to worry about needles all over my house. So we just put that up. And then the baby was sleeping when we did it. And it was so pretty. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love this tree. And I was like, well, I need a picture of it. But I'll wait till the baby's up. And then we'll do like all the kids. Except that didn't happen when it should have, like immediately. And so the baby has ornaments all over this house, like ornaments he should not be able to reach. I have no idea how he's getting them, or like I think he can maybe jump like he is on a pogo stick. I don't understand how he gets them. And then the garland is all like pulled, and now it looks pathetic. The owl is like sad owl. Anyways, I also look like a cat burglar today. I should have dressed up for you guys, but I was frustrated earlier that the sound didn't work. Plus, it's not like I was wearing something different earlier, but I should have thought about it. Anyways, you get to see me in all my cat burglar glory. Sometimes I name my outfits like I'm a designer. I don't know why I do this, but I do. And today is cat burglar trendy. Sometimes it's like I'll do like Bohemian Cowboy. I have a jean jacket, and anytime I wear a jean jacket, this one particular jean jacket, I call it it's something western bag lady or homeless cowboy. Those are real names of real outfits that I wear. Anyways, I'm gonna move on from how weird I am and answer your questions, your Write in Wednesday questions. So the first question, Becky asks, what book do I plan to release next? And when does L&D start again? The next book that I'm releasing, which should be this month, cross your fingers. Really cross your fingers and maybe say a little prayer for me, but is The Relentless Warrior. That is the next one. And that is book 6 in the StarCraft series. And it will be my next release. And then after that is The Fall, which is the second book in the Siren series. And then, I don't know what. Oh, Love and Decay comes out February 14th, on Valentine's Day. We're having a bloody Valentine celebration because we hate Valentine's Day. I'm just kidding. I'm not really kidding. I don't really like the holiday. I'm not a romantic in any way. Like, my characters can be romantic, but that is me thinking outside the box because I am in no way romantic. That's true. My husband thinks I'm the most unromantic person in the world. He is the most thoughtful person, so it's not fair to compare me against him. Like, maybe against a normal person I would stand a chance, but no. He blows me out of the water. He thinks of everything. And, like, holidays he makes super special, and I'm just not, like, sentimental at all. I just, like, romance to me is just cheesy. Which sounds crazy because I am a romance writer, but whatever, I can't help it. In real life, I don't really like the bells and whistles. So I'm ruining your Valentine's Day by releasing Love and Decay. It's going to be gory and bloody. People are going to die. No, I don't know if that's true. Somebody's going to die, probably zombies, but, or maybe you are romantic, so I'm ruining the release of Love and Decay for you. Maybe you'd like, oh, thanks for ruining it. I have to wait till the 15th, whatever. You probably will anyways. I can never release those things on time. Moving on. Amy asks, can't read my own writing. Where does all the Greek mythology come from? Is it something I'm interested in? This is something I'm very interested in, actually. I didn't like studying it in college or anything, but I love Greek mythology. I love any kind of mythology. Like, it doesn't have to be Greek. That's just like a big resource for mythology, but like fairy tales, even kind of like religious myths I get really into. Like any kind of religious, like spooky movie, except for exorcism movies. I'm not like watching those, but like it's that one with Heath Ledger and his girlfriend like commits suicide. And he's like a Catholic priest, which doesn't make sense that I said girlfriend, but anyways, I love that movie. I can't think of the name or really what it's about, but I love it. I like reality with a twist, if you couldn't tell from my books. But I'm definitely interested in Greek mythology. That was like huge when I was in high school. We studied mythology, the book, but with all the Greek myths in it, and I was like obsessed with it. I really do get into that stuff. And if I can add like layers to anything that I'm writing, it just makes me that much more satisfied as a creator. Like yes, we have oracles. Well, let's add like 4 more layers to that and make it super complicated for people to understand and for me to remember. But really, I like things that go deep, and I like big world building stories. So I definitely love to pull from Greek mythology and all that. And I had wanted to write something that kind of spun off Greek mythology even before I wrote Reckless. Originally, because Starbright was my second book idea ever. There was like another book that won't be published, but anyways, I had the Starbright idea and I sat down to write it and I wrote Reckless instead. Basically is what happened. But Starbright was supposed to be, instead of angels and demons, it was supposed to be like Greek mythology. And Seth's name was going to be not Seth, but Apollo. So that was like years ago. And the story then developed into what it is today. But it was about constellations and things like that. So anyways, yeah, I'm really interested in it. Melissa asks, are any of my characters named after people I know? Yes, they are. Not a lot of them. Like, I get, like, from people who know me in, like, real life, I get asked a lot if the story I'm writing is about them. And so I really try to avoid that. In real life, I try to avoid, like, the crossover of names, because I just don't want anyone to think I'm writing about them when I'm not. But coincidentally, I have this friend Diana, and I had already written, I think she probably knows better than I do. I think I had written Reckless and Hopeless before we met, and then we met and became really good friends. And her name is Diana, and her husband's name is Jason, and her daughter's name is Emery. And in the StarCraft series, I have a character that's Diana, a character that's Jason, and a character that is Amory. So we would always joke about that. And then when I wrote Pet in the Dark, and her son's name is Finn, and I had to tell her right away, I was like, I have a character named Finn, so your whole family has made it into fiction. But that was actually, I just love that name, Finn. Striker was almost Finn. Well, not like almost, but it was a top 3 name for us, Finn and Striker. And something else, I can't remember. But anyways, and then Stella, of course, is named after my oldest daughter. All my kids will get their own series. I'll like write, not that it'll be about them, but their name will be featured as the main character. So Stella in Starbright is after my oldest daughter. And then I'll have a book for Scarlet and for Striker and for Solo eventually. Scarlet is the only one that really cares right now that she doesn't have a book, and she's 4, but she's very demanding. And so she's like, where's my book? Sorry. Actually, I almost made her, Ivy was almost Scarlet, but content was a little heavy. I didn't want her to grow up and be like, Mom, why do you make me a sex slave? So I changed the name. She'll get a book. She just won't be a sex slave in it, thankfully, right? And then I wrote these down this time so I wouldn't forget. Oh, Olivia is also, the name is kind of inspired. I have a good friend with a daughter named Olivia with an A, which I think is beautiful. So I changed it up a little bit with Olivia. And I just love, I love the nicknames, Liv and Livy. I just love the name. So that's in there. And, oh, Eden. Eden is from, when I was in college, I studied abroad for 6 months. And our trip was split up between Western Europe for 3 months and Eastern Europe for 3 months. When we were in Western Europe, we had an amazing time, but the leadership that was there they were, whatever, they had issues. They had issues with us. And so we went into the second half of our trip kind of, I don't know, disenchanted with older people. I mean, we were in college, we were trying to figure it out, and it was just kind of a bad experience in that small portion of it. So we had these 2 weeks of in-between time where we stayed with a host family, and they kind of changed the whole tone of the trip for us, and they were so sweet and so wonderful, and they weren't just nice to us, which we hadn't seen when we were in France, but they were which we saw from the French people. I don't want to get that confused, but they were very much grow up, be adults. And that was really not just on the trip, but in life. I don't know, they just kind of meant a lot to me, and the time they took to mentor us and call us to something greater. You're not victims. You have the power to, I mean, it's so small, but anyways, they just meant a great deal to me. And I haven't talked to them since then, but they had these 4 beautiful children with these great names. And so Eden is named after one of their daughters, who was also named Eden, obviously. And then the first book that I wrote that, like I said, will never, ever, ever be published. It's embarrassing. It's so bad. But, they had another daughter named Noah, and that's something I am so obsessed with, is boys' names for girls. I just love it. And so her name was Noah, but Noah will never see the light of day ever. Poor Noah. But anyways, that's about it. I don't know if I'll name any other characters after people I know. Usually it has more to do with the name than I dedicate books to people that mean a lot to me. I don't necessarily name characters because sometimes, I mean, I don't know, it gets personal when I name characters after people, and I don't even know what the character is going to be fully developed, so it's hard for me to assign that from someone I know. Does that make sense? Anyways, Melissa also asks if I'm having Love and Decay withdrawals, and I am, but I'm also really enjoying the break. I'm not gonna lie, it's intense. I love how those write 20,000 words is short to you guys, but that is the perfect length for a story arc to me, because I get to do everything. I get to throw in love and action and adventure and mystery and suspense, and I mean, it's just so short. I get to do it all at once, keep it super exciting, and then I'm done for 2 weeks. It's kind of wonderful. But so I love writing the novella series, but it takes over my life. We know that Wednesday through Friday I don't do anything, and that's not even the writing part of it. I mean, it is a lot of the writing, but there's other stuff that goes into it. So it was really intense, and I'm thankful for the break. But I cannot wait to get back. I can't wait for season 2 to see where everything goes and what they're going to be up to. Yeah, I really like those. I think I'll do more than, not together or not at the same time, but I have some other fun ideas for novella series. I just like them. Anyway. Then Lacey asks, what is my cover process? I skipped to the bottom. Sorry. Anyways, what is my cover process? Do I have someone make them, or do I do them? It depends on the book. Usually I don't personally make them. I don't have that talent. I'm not creative in that way at all. Really, I promise. The first 4 of the Starcross series, we had a really good friend of our family do. He's a extremely talented artist that lives here in Omaha. But that's not like what, I mean, he has like a real job. They've just been friends of our family like forever. Like Zach and his son went to kindergarten together. Like we've known them forever. And so he did the first 4 of basically just like a favor. Like we had no money to invest in my books, and so it was basically like Zach did lawn, or he managed the side of a lawn care company, and so he did yard, like he took care of their yard for them, and they did the book covers for me. So that's how those came about. And then I hired Sarah Hansen from OK Creations to do Starbright, Sunburst, The Rush, the Reluctant King, The Relentless Warrior. I think that's all she's done. I think. And I will also hire her to do the Redeemable Prince. She'll finish out the Starcross series and the Starbright series. But she is incredibly talented. Like, as far as covers go, I mean, this girl does New York Times bestselling covers like all the time. But she's so busy. Like when I first got her, she wasn't this busy. I mean, she was just like up and coming, and so she could fit me in, and I could like contact her the month of I needed the cover, because I'm not a planner. Like I never plan ahead, and I never even think ahead like to plan. But she did. So anyways, so now like right now currently she's booking into like June. So for me, that's really hard for me to think that far ahead, and I should just like purchase a bunch of covers up front, but I never remember. And so she's super busy, so we've had to branch out, and my husband has actually Zach has done a bunch of my covers. He did Bet in the Dark, because I wasn't actually planning to. I probably would have had Sarah do that if I would have planned it, but I did not. So Zach did it, and then he did Love and Decay as well. And what else did he do? Is that it so far? I can't remember. Oh, we're redoing The Rush, because the fall comes out, and like I said, I didn't book Sarah ahead of time. So we will probably redo The Rush cover, so I can have a cover for the fall. And yeah, he is really good at it, I think. I love those covers. I think he's really good at it. Oh, and striking, I went with Lila Felix's girl, Jen. I can't remember her company, but usually I hire out or I make my husband do it. So he does a lot of my promo pics too. He's he's just really good at that kind of stuff. He has a good, like, eye. He has really good taste. Like, in general, he has really good taste for things, and I usually defer to him, so he does most of it, or what I can't hire out. So, sorry, I lost my place. Now I'm all confused. Oh, Kate asks, what is the 5 Stages of Falling in Love? The 5 Stages of Falling in Love is my first adult contemporary book. I don't want to say too much about it. It's basically like a second chance love story. It's about this mom, Liz, and she has 4 children, and her husband passed away from cancer. And so it's mostly about her pulling her life back together. The 5 Stages of Falling in Love, like the title, is a play on the 5 stages of grief and what it's like to go through life after you lose someone that is your whole world. It's super emotional. Super emotional. I'll probably cry thinking about it. I usually do. Like, if I plan the story in my head, I start crying. So, you know, I get all weepy. It's different than anything I've ever written, and it's very, very contemporary. Like, obviously not paranormal in any way, and it's adult. So, it will be something completely different than anything I've written. But I'm really, really excited about this story. It's the one that I want to write all the time, and I am keeping to my commitments, but yeah, it's the book I want out there for you guys to read the most, so I'm really excited about it. Okay, and then Sarah asks, do I have any other paranormal series planned in the future? And I'm assuming you mean after, like, Starbright, Starcross, in the rush. I only have 3 different paranormal series going on. I mean, come on. There's something wrong with me. I don't have a full series planned out yet. I don't have an idea, although I kind of, one popped into my head. I'm kind of working through it mentally, but it's like there's like bare bones so far. For a while I thought, because I was really behind on Sunburst and The Relentless Warrior, so I had really been like, do you like my chip nail polish? I had been like, okay, as soon as I'm done, like as soon as the final Starbright book, because that series will go on the longest for me, as soon as it's finished, I'm done with paranormal. Like, forget it. I'm not doing this ever again. The stories are too big. They're too hard. But that was just me complaining and being whiny. And so right now, the only paranormal I really truly have planned out in my head is a novella series that I want to do after Love and Decay, which is like a year away. Love and Decay is planned for 3 seasons right now, which will be like 6 volumes of full-length books. So that's a good size series to me. It might go longer. We'll see how it goes. I just don't want to, I'm really concerned with writing the same thing. I want to challenge myself, of course, but I don't want to become boring to you, the reader. I don't want to get to a point. I'd rather leave you, wanting maybe a little bit more, feeling perfectly satisfied, than, stuffing you until you feel sick. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I can't read another episode. I cannot take one more zombie. So, the first season went really well, way better than I ever could have expected it to. But I'm worried that if there are too many seasons, do you know what I mean? It'll just be too much. So I want to tell the complete story. And I don't know. The thing about Love and Decay, though, is that it could go on forever. I could write probably episodes till I die. There's just so many. I don't have to stick with Reagan the whole time. We could dive into, so many different branches of storylines. So in that aspect, I just don't know. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to tell the whole story. This is so professional. I know, you're very impressed. But what I'm thinking, so I don't know. So I don't want to do 2 novella series at the same time because, like I said, they are so intense. Unless I'm not doing anything else. Unless I take 6 months and I'm the only thing I'm writing right now is novella series. Because I could do an alternating week thing. I think if I got a couple episodes ahead before I published. But then I'm well, when will I not have a book project going on? Does that make sense? So I don't know. But I do have a great, I'm really excited about it. I have the first episode written, or almost written, but for a paranormal novella series that is kind of historical romance, paranormal romance that's in the 1700s, and which would be a great time for paranormal activity. That's one of the reasons I'm super excited about it. If you think about the American Indians and Middle East magic happening at that time, gypsies are the real deal, and then the Salem witch trials are happening. Or they're not quite happening yet, but some point during the 1700s. But anyways, so there's just so much to do with that time period that I'm really excited to write that. I just have to get there, which means I have to publish full-length books, get those out there, and get caught up on life, on this career, and everything. So anyways, that is that. Thanks, guys, for all the questions. This is fun for me to do. I know I ramble, but some of the other things to check out during the month of December, I am giving away tons of things. I thought about doing giveaways, but I don't know, giveaways only reach so many people, so I'm just giving things away to everybody. There's a bunch of books for free, and you can go to my blog today. I listed them all out with all the links to Barnes & Noble and Amazon. That's rachelhigginson.com. And you can see I have 6 books for free right now. I have the first 2 in the Starcross free. Starbright is free. Bet in the Dark is free for right now. It's not going to be free for much longer. Probably just through the end of December. Same with Hopeless Magic, I think. And then the first volume of Love and Decay is free, so you get episodes 1 through 6 for free. And then, episode 1 of Love and Decay is also free if you just want to try it out, see what you think. And then also I did a bunch of work on my Pinterest pages. So if you search for me, Rachel Higginson, or any of my book series names, so the Siren series, Starbright series, Starcraft series, or Bet in the Dark, or Love and Decay, there will be different pages, and I cast all my characters. I put in the settings usually, like what town they're in and what they look like, and then I also just add little fun extra things. But the casting is the most exciting part because I show you who I would pick to play whoever, and Love and Decay just got the biggest makeover, so go check that out as well. And I think that is it. I'm going to keep teasing the Relentless Warrior for you, and I have a special gift for you at the end of this month, but you'll have to wait to see what that is. Until then, I hope you guys are having a fantastic holiday season, staying warm, and we'll talk later. Bye.